Good morning. I'm back. Let's see, what is today's date? August 1st. All right. Oh, let's see. Where are we at? Where am I at? Where am I at, y'all? I'm doing pretty good. I'm continuing to pluck away at this therapy, healing, and releasing, and learning that it's okay to, just be me and not stress others and how they feel that I should be. It's been quite something since my perspective has changed. It's awesome. So going back, as I'm recording this, I'm in the midst of posting another session that I had. But it was mentioned to speaking about the desire to share. And I just want to tell you guys that if you're here now, you might have already listened to the other one. So my desire to share with the person that I've been spending my time with. So the way it was going down, what I was battling inside internally, wanting to share it and how to share it, and just accepting the simple fact that not everybody wants to know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that you want to share, you want to open up to, whether they're friends, family, acquaintances, or whatnot. When you want to open up to them, like, I feel sometimes like I want to share certain things, but I'm was intimidated. And so, anyways, I'm just getting better at just trying to voice and communicate. And so I did it. I communicated with, my friend, and I had shared with him in a way, like, it may have not come, it played out the way it needed to play out. It was what it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy for me and my communication skills, but like the more and more I do it, the better I'm getting at it. So I started seeing somebody, and I've shared that with you guys, and I was wanting him to, like, I had this desire to share with him my healing, what I'm going through, because, like, this is how I see it. If there's somebody that's in my life that I'm interested in, and they're not taking an interest in my true journey of healing, like my true me, this is truly me. Like, what I'm sharing here, this is what made me me. This is what I fought for so long, survived for so long through the shit that I have gone through. And I don't doubt anybody else, but I was brainwashed into believe that I can handle it all alone, and that I carried it all alone. I carried everything. I hid so much. And so my desire to share for the people that are in my life, it's huge. And if they don't have a desire to be a part of mine, or I can't force someone to be on a page. I can't force myself to be on someone else's page. And that's what I had to learn. I did learn, because in this situation, so I expressed to him, because I was wanting to share this journey with him. I was wanting, because when we're together, we weren't speaking of this type of stuff. We weren't speaking about my past or his past, like in those. We were just being in the now, and enjoying each other's time. That's what we do. Do I want the depths of him? Yeah, I do. That's just me. That's anybody in my life that plays a role. I do want to know the depths of them, because if I can help release and heal maybe they didn't realize what they were holding on. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't know a different perspective. So my desire to share with him, the guy that I'm seeing, was there. And I I was like, how do I approach it without, because we're friends, like there's no title. Okay, I'm with him. I'm not, my interest is nowhere else. Like I am a day-to-day person right now, and I'm just living life and loving it. And he's in my life, and I love him, and I enjoy what he has brought so far. He's brought, not that he's brought, having him in my life has struck certain things. And the timing, I mean, couldn't have been better. So, but my desire to share this healing journey that he has helped trigger, without him realizing. He didn't realize that. It's not like he came in and be like, da, 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 like, but just in reading and doing some more research for myself, learning about certain things, in my perspective. Yeah, it's just interesting. So, well, I communicated with him, and it was slightly awkward. We had, maybe we had like 3 days of like not seeing each other, very small communication. I just had to set a boundary, and it just wasn't, he did nothing wrong. It just, going back to, I can't force him on my page, and he can't force me on his page. Meaning if he's feeling a certain way, if he's not ready and prepared to handle this channel and what I'm speaking, then I gotta be okay with that. I mean, I gotta be okay with that. And I can be okay with that. And then if I'm okay with that, then okay. But if I'm not okay, then that's where you just set your boundaries. And so I kind of set a boundary, and it was a learning experience, and I was proud of myself and just the way things, how it handled and how it worked out. So, it was actually during the time frame that I was dealing with Stevie, and she had just gotten a minor jump from a dog. And so I was driving out, I was dealing with that, and then I was dealing with I don't want to say the frustration, the tension of sharing, or trying to sharing your emotions. There we go. Because I don't ever want to complicate things for him and I. Right now, it's fine. It's great. I enjoy being with him. He obviously enjoys being with me. He's with me when he is. So to force each other's on the pages. Okay. So I just had to set my boundary and just be like, so in that, when this was going down, there was some communication. The communication came across, and it was like, I guess I was just wanting to share what's going on inside me. And I was not feeling a certain way, and that's okay. It wasn't his job to make me feel a certain way. I had an expectation. And so when I realized that expectation, that I needed to detach from the situation. So what was really cool is, as I was able to still handle and deal with the Stevie situation, I was able to detach for a moment. I set a boundary, and I had to detach instead of being tied to what was going on right over here, because I was having malfunctions. It wasn't bad. It was just a miscommunication. Malfunctions could have ended up bad. You know what I mean? It could have ended up into an uncomfortable, toxic situation. No need for that, right? Like, I've lived that. I've done that, been there, done that, not doing it again. But anyways, communication was there. And then I had this. And I had to set a boundary. So I had Stevie over here, I had to deal with this, and I had this, and I'm driving at the moment, pulling up, and I was just like, I have to set a boundary. So I had to set a boundary, and I just said, I have to choose myself in healing. And he did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. It just had to happen that way. And so he continued about his day, and I continued about mine, but we left that subject that we were speaking about, the my healing journey of me wanting to share. Because what it was is, I've brought it up before. I've brought about my page. I've brought about I've had therapy today. I've done, what I mean, I've brought things like that up throughout our time of hanging out, and my small gestures just wasn't enough in my expectations. Okay, because he if I just blatantly said, hey, I really would like for you to check out my YouTube channel, it would make me, or probably help me feel better, or, you know what I mean, or express it, instead of sitting here going, how would he be interested? Does he know about my YouTube channel? Is he really interested in me? Like, that's the stuff that it was like rolling in my head when I was dealing with the desire to share. So when that time happened, okay, so when it happened, the communications happened. It happened when it happened. I had to set a boundary, and it just was what it was. So I came home. I dealt with what I needed to deal with in my home family, with Stevie. And other than that, I was detached from the remainder of the scenario. I started to feel for a second a certain way, because it was like I had a desire of him. I wanted him to do something. I wanted him to come to me and say, hey, I'm here. You know what I mean? We have these wants and these desires, but we can't force people on that page. I can't force him here. I can't force him to do what I want, to my expectations of what I think he should be. Like, I just can't do it. So, and that's where I, anyways, had to set the boundary, and I did, and I chose myself, and I chose healing, and I came home, I went to bed that night. We didn't text, like, we didn't talk, I just was detaching from the situation because I needed to, and I just needed him to do what he needed to do. And y'all, 24 hours later, after I was dealing with that with Stevie, went to go pick her up, and then was dealing with a miscommunication, or just the expression, not you know what I mean, whatever I'm trying to say, on that day. Within 24 hours, I mentioned, because mind you, I don't think he's ever been on my YouTube channel. He's never mentioned it to me. My channel does show views, like it'll say 1 new view or something like that. And so anyways, he showed up to my door 24 hours later with a bag of tacos, fried avocado tacos. Just showed up. No text message, no call, no nothing. Like, our last conversation was just kind of like, it wasn't ending anything. It was just like, I just need, like, maybe space, or like, it was a boundary. You know what I mean? It was just set, and it was not bad. It wasn't, that's not how I intended it. I don't know how he intended it, but bless his heart, he felt I don't know if it was obligation or the desire or whatever it was, but he went and sat and listened to, I think I calculated there's about 13 hours totaling at that point, when I mentioned about this page. I mentioned it to him, saying that, yeah, I want, I've mentioned it, I want you to be a part of it, you're a part of my life, you're a part of my healing journey. You're like, I don't think he understands how much he's helped me heal. I don't think anyone purposely, it's not like we just come in and be like, I'm going to heal you. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. But his presence in my life has been so healing, so just, it's huge blessings, huge blessings. So blessed to have him in my life, and very thankful, and gonna appreciate everything in every minute that I have, because if for him, he just showed up. He just showed up with a bag of fried avocado tacos, and then hugged me and said, I watched all but two. And then he said he had to get the other two, but then, so like, he was gonna watch the others, but, and then I was just then we were eating, and then emergency happened, and that's that. And so we didn't continue talking about it, and that's okay, because this emergency is much more important that we needed to deal with. So anyways, if you're here and you're listening, don't feel bad because we haven't spoke about it. I know Dad was much more important, so it's okay. Whenever you're ready, if you want to talk about this journey of mine, I'm for it. I just know that when I shared with you, and I'm like speaking to you as if you are here, and if he's not, then it's okay. Just to better understand of why I act the way that I act, and I'm trying to be better and trying to communicate, to where it's not as challenging. I don't ever want to be a challenge to anyone. I get emotional, and you just feel it for a second. Yeah, okay, so these tears are grateful tears of just how grateful I am for you to be in my life. Yeah, that's so grateful tears, definitely, because I'm thankful that you're in my life. Okay, stop, collect myself for a minute. The gesture of you listening for those 12 to 13 hours solid, or taking that whole day and just listening to all of it at once, and then to surprise me, surprise, with avocado tacos. Yeah, I guess that's an expectation or a desire that I've had inside, of just like some, like, just stuff just like that, just to happen, you know. So it meant a lot to me that happened, and I just want you to know that that day, even though it turned to a very scary one, I just want to say that I knew at that time, though, like, after having you just show up, you didn't tell me, you just showed up. Having that, I just want you to know that that was amazing. And I don't want to dismiss anyone else that's here, that's listening, that may have just shown up for me, like, in that, in my past. But I will say, in all honesty, I've had people show up, but not in that way. That's a show. I felt loved. I did not feel abandoned. Wow. Weird. Um, is that? I felt loved and I didn't feel abandoned. So yeah, I set a boundary. I expressed how I was feeling internally. I was hoping to uh, not have or upset anyone else, him, during that time frame, uh, or complicate anything, because it is a fear that, not a fear, I should say that. I'm working on that. But he showed up for me. He was there. I expressed something of how I was feeling, and then it may have not been right away. It may have been 24 hours later. But wow, like, how awesome was that seriously, it was awesome. I loved it. And I wanted to share it here because it meant a lot to me. And even though that night switched to be a bit more scary, the reality is that we are in this together, and I'm choosing. That's the thing. I'm choosing this path. I'm choosing to be around this person. I'm choosing to share my life with this person. So I'm saying I'm on this with you. I'm here. It was really cool. So thank you for just giving me that day. That moment. See, we didn't have to talk about all that detailed stuff, Just you coming and hugging me and telling me that you watched it and fed me tacos. Okay. Okay. We're gonna shake those off. Not that it's bad feels. Those are good feels. Very grateful. Very thankful. And the reason why I say that is because just the stuff we've been through, the communications, the past me, if I would have had those type of communications before in a prior dating, seeing, whatever you want to call this, if I would have had that type of communications prior in a prior situation, I would have not handled it as well as I did. So I'm just grateful and thankful for our communications and the way we're able to continue to learn and just figure this out, because this is just awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah. So that was how my desire to share ended up being. That's how it happened. We haven't discussed it. No heavy desire or need for it at the moment. Life at the time is more important of focusing on health of others, in this sense of physical health. And sometimes when you're trying to, do multiple things, it's a bit too much. Speaking of that, it's just saying that, just like, was it yesterday? I think it was. Feeling when, like, as a mom, and feeling overwhelmed in so much that you have to deal with, in that you're expected, you know what I mean? The expectations of a mother, of being pulled one way or this way or that way, and not being able to just to truly have the freedom to be yourself. I mean, as a parent, you sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice a great portion of your soul, of who you are. And I don't, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't trade it for the world, right? But I'm learning how I can be a mom and still have my soul and be who I am, and not brainwash them, or, you know what I mean, throw or project to them the way I feel or the way I see things because of what has happened to me. Because it's my journey. This is my journey. This is my life. What I've been through in my life is strictly on me. I'm trying to be better, and I am doing better. I will say this, I am doing a lot better in releasing and control. Certain things that I can't control, a lot of things I can't control, and that's okay. But as a mom, I want to control a certain thing because I want to protect. But anyways, I'm learning that it's like, okay, back off, don't, because you're not, I see it as protecting, but it's not. I mean, yes, it's protecting, but if you continue on that path, it's brainwashing. You know what I mean? Like, you have to give that freedom um to your kids to be them, to let them be them. Um and that's what I do. The challenge, though, for me to be myself while being a mom to them and allowing them to be themselves and let them do and be and happy, you know, it's all working in harmony. But the other day I was just feeling like overwhelmed and pulled, and just like it was just like, I'm sacrificing a part of me because I have these two beautiful souls that I brought into this life, into this world. And so, yeah, that's what I'm learning. I'm learning, okay, so I sacrifice. Now I'm learning how, where I don't have to sacrifice as much. Let's find that balance. I'm trying to find that balance to provide for them and to ensure that I'm still on that road of healing and happiness. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, it's starting to get a little warm in the car, so like I said, I think I was just gonna come out here, and so far this has been pretty easy peasy. Not too many interruptions or sidetracks. I could crack the window. How about that? I don't know. It's still a little warm. Okay. I'm going to continue, as always, on my journey. Yeah. How about that? Maybe a little bit better. It's still warm. Okay. All right. Okay. I am just thankful, happy, sitting in the moments of wherever I'm at, like whatever, you know, I'm feeling. I just tell myself, feel it, let it go. If it's something that, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Never mind. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I lost my train of thought. So, anyways, I'm going to jump off here, and I send love and light to each and every single one of you guys. And thank you for being here and just listening to me. It does, even if it's not, I know it sounds so weird, but it's helping me. So, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay. My brain's gonna go squirrel now because I don't know why I'm constantly, it's going like this. So I don't know. Maybe it's saying, hey, you need to get to work or get ready for work, or I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Love you all. But most of all, I love myself. Love and light.